Okay, so today we are going to learn about CloudFront. What is CloudFront and what are the features of this CloudFront and where we can use CloudFront. So before learning CloudFront, you have to understand what is CDN. CDN is Content Delivery Network, is basically a system of distributed servers that deliver web content, web pages, other web uh, content to the user based on geographical location of the user. The origin of the web page and content delivery server can be different. Now, this is a definition quite difficult to understand, but in a very nutshell, what is CDN? CDN is I have explained you previously the use of edge location, right? We have talked about edge location. So how edge location come in the picture? It's through CDN, content delivery network. Now, assume that I have a website and I have hosted a website in this server. In this server, I have hosted a website and I have different users which are accessing my website. Okay, this is a scenario. In this case, what will happen? As the number of users increases, the load on my website will also increase. Agree? And if my load on my website is increasing, there might be the issue where uh, the user experience can degrade because as the number of users are increasing, the slowness might be there, right? So here I have to understand the two things, that where I have hosted my website, if the number of users are increasing, the load will increase, as the users are increasing and load is increasing on the server, the performance or the reaction by the server can go down. Second, the more the number users are, the longer the distance between user and the server, the lower is the performance, more is the latency. I have talked about the latency. What is latency? The time taken to response from one server to another server. So for this, let's say it takes 2 milliseconds. For this, it will be more 4 milliseconds to load a website. If this person is there, it's near to the server, it takes 2 milliseconds to load the website. For the other person, it can take 4 milliseconds because its geographical area is different and it's far from the origin server, that is our website server. Now, how can we improve this thing? How can we improve this thing? We can improve this thing by substituting a intermediate server in between. Okay, here what I'm doing, I'm creating a intermediate servers in between. So what will happen now? Now the user request will first of all land on this intermediate server. These are the servers again. This is not the actual server, it's an intermediate server. So user request will land on these servers. As soon as this request land, if the request landed on this server is first time, okay, so what I am doing, the user is asking for the website to this server. Does this server has the website information? So answer is no. This server doesn't have the information about the website. So what will happen? This server will go to the website, will download a copy of this website. It will do two tasks. One is download the copy of the website in the local, and second is to return back the website information. In this case, there is no performance improvement. In this case, there is no performance improvement from the website point of view or the user point of view, because for the website there are again is it equivalent to number of user, 1 2 3 4 5, 5 users were there, still 5 requests are coming. Okay, and for the user also the time taken was same, or similar time, response time was same. But now each server has a copy of the website. Okay, each server has a copy of the website. In this case, what will happen now? Now if the second person, if the second user hits the website, if the second person hits the website, this website has a copy of this server, a copy of this server. So instead of hitting the website, from here the website will be written back to the user. From here the website will be written back to the user. Now you can see, is the request is going to the main server? Is the request is going to the main server? So answer is no. So in this case, 1 2 3 4 5, 5 requests didn't land on the server. Now after this, all the requests which are landing on this intermediate server will get the response immediately. So there will be no further load on the server. Agree? Is it right? This concept is called CDN, Content Delivery Network. This whole architecture, this whole concept is called Content Delivery Network. Right? We are delivering the content. Now, this intermediate server, this intermediate servers in Amazon, what we call them? In Amazon, what we call them? We call it aid location. We call them aid location, right? And the data which is stored in this aid location is called cache. So this is called cache mechanism, where you are storing the data of a particular website in local system. So I have explained you the cache mechanism previously as well. Right? Now, so aid location stores the data of the website. Now, second thing is there should be some time how long the data will be resting on this each node, each servers. So let's say, take hypothetical scenario. Let's say the time for storing the data is 1 hour. So if the website is downloaded in this server, then for the next 1 hour this server is not going to hit the website again. So all the requests which are coming to this server will be served from the data which is cached in this local server. So next 1 hour, if any request is coming, this website is not going to hit the actual server. Okay, let's take example. This website has taken information at 8 o'clock. So till 9 o'clock this website is not going to hit the actual server is not going to hit the actual website. This is right. Now after 9 a.m., this cache will no valid this cache will no further valid. Okay, the cache will be not valid any further, and the server will hit again if a new request comes, and the server will check the cache, is the cache valid. So after 9 a.m. the cache will not be valid, and the server will hit again to the main server, the website, and bring the content back to the its local and serve to the client. Now again 9 a.m. and the cache will be valid till 10 a.m. right? So this is called TTL. How much long the cache will live. This is called TTM. TTL. Time to live. Time to live is basically how long the cache will be valid in a given server. So in your local system also the caches are created. That's why you might have seen without internet also there are some websites which are loading, which gets loaded partially. Why? Because there is cache in your local system, which use the which are used and hosted on your browser. Okay. Now the catch is, what if this website updates anything? Let's say this website update information at 8:30 or 8:15. This website has given some information. Will the user will able to get the new information? Let's take it again. So at 8 o'clock, the cache is created in this server. Now this cache is valid till 9 o'clock. So all the users are getting a copy of this website which was taken at 8 o'clock. Now 8:15, this website has done some changes or it has published a new article. Will the user will able to get the new article or they will get the old information? User will get old information till 9 o'clock because everything is served by the local copy of this which was taken at 8 o'clock. Okay, so in this case when cache is high, the content which are refreshed on the actual website will not be delivered to the user. What if the cache is for longer time? Let's say cache is for 12 hours, so or 24 hours. Cache is for 24 hours. So until next day, until the cache is expired, which is the next day, 8 o'clock, you will be receiving same information. So in which cases this is fruitful? Where the content is not changing that frequently, just like Wikipedia websites. Okay, or even the blogging website, the articles, the blogs which we are reading, it's quite easy in that website if you are keeping the TTL uh, in a optimized way. Let's say half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hour, and so on. But the website like Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, the TTL has to be very redefined. So they have a TTL of 1 second, 15 seconds, and so on. Are we clear? What is age location and CDN? So again, now what is CloudFront? So we have learned about the concept of caching. We have learned about the working of edge location. But how can we use that in AWS? How can we use that? How can we enable edge location to cache the data? Right? Yesterday we hosted a website in AWS. Right? In AWS S3 bucket, we hosted a website. We hosted a static website. So whoever is going to access the website is going to hit our S3 bucket to download the content on their local system and host the website and use the website. Can we use edge location in this case? Yes, we can. How can we enable cache mechanism or utilize the edge locations in AWS? That's where the CloudFront come in the picture. So CloudFront is a service where you can do the configuration on the edge locations. Basically, it's an enabler for the edge location in cloud. Edge location are the physical servers. We have to configure them. We have to enable them. Will the all data, will your all data will be cached in edge location? No. Only the data which you want, only the service which you want, only the buckets you want will be cached on the edge location, and you have to enable that. That's where a CloudFront come in the picture. So CloudFront can be used to deliver your entire website, including dynamic, static, streaming, interactive content using AWS Global Edge Location, network of edge location. Okay, so what type of content you can deliver? Any type of content you can deliver on edge location using CloudFront. Clear? Now, requests for your content are automatically routed to your nearest edge location, and the content is delivered to you with the best possible performance. Now the second question. Now the second thing is how the user's request will reroute to the nearest edge location. How the user's request will route to the nearest edge location. It's the internet, right? Are you going to do the configuration over the internet for each edge location? Are you going to do the routing over the internet? There are hundreds of edge location and there are millions of users. All the users requests should route to the edge location, right? Previously the request was landing directly here. Now the request should land here, but the catch is you can't change the URL. If you are typing www.wikipedia.com, right? So are you going to ask user that change the URL so that they can hit the edge location, or the everything should be same for the user? Agree? Is user going to change anything at their end? No. So you have to change the routing, the networking, such that if Wikipedia is hit by a particular user, first the routing should go to the nearest edge location, and from there it should go to here, right? Instead of directly going from here to the website. Agree? You have to change that. So CloudFront will do it for you. So Amazon CloudFront will do for that for you. For example, you can use to it can be used to optimize performance for user accessing website backed by S3. So yesterday we have created S3 bucket and hosted a website on it. We can attach a CloudFront in front of it and use it to improve the performance of our website. So we'll do that today. Amazon CloudFront is optimized to work with other AWS services as well, like S3 bucket, EC2 machine, Elastic Load Balancer, Route 53, and so on. So it's not only going to attach to your S3 bucket, but any server. Different server can be its source. The CloudFront also works seamlessly with any non-AWS services or server. So if you have a local server where you have hosted a website, you can use CloudFront for that as well, which stores the origin definitive version of your file. Okay, so are we clear at this point? Okay, now there are few key terminologies in edge location or CloudFront. Let's go one by one and understand the keys or feature key terminologies in CloudFront. So first is edge location. First is edge location. What is edge location? Edge location is the location where the content is cached for that you are trying to read and write, separated from availability zone. Edge location is the location where the data is cached, actual physical server. Now origin. Origin means the website from where you want to download the content. Origin is the actual website where you want to download the content. So this is just the origin of all the files that the content delivery network will distribute. Origin can be EC2 machine, S3 bucket, Elastic Load Balancer, Route 53, or any other website hosting server. The final distribution. Distribution. This is a name given to the content distribution network, which consists of collection of edge location. This is collection of edge location. Okay. So these are the three terminologies: edge location, origin, and distribution. Distribution is collection of edge location. Okay. So this is previous version of CloudFront where we have to configure web distribution or RTMP, but right now we don't have to configure this thing. It's a single click configuration on the distribution side, but I have not removed this PPT. In 2021 it was replaced with a single click configuration. Okay, till here anybody has any question, you can let me know. Meanwhile I will log in into the cloud. Now inside cloud you can go and check CloudFront. So Amazon keep on changing the GUI, so and configurations. So there will be there are documents available. Okay. So Amazon keep on changing the GUI and features. So this is a CloudFront page. Again, it's a chargeable service, but you can see it's very minimum to cache the data into a location. Now go in the left side. There are so many informations are there, but right now we have to learn about distribution. So there are policy, function, telemetry, and so on. Click on distribution. Okay, you will see that there is no service right now, and again it's a global service. It's not region specific. Everything is gray out. I can't select anything. Okay, click on create distribution. Click on create distribution. So there are so many things here. We are going to configure each and every configuration one by one. Okay, origin domain. So what will be the origin? if you are able to see origin domain. So what will be the origin of your website? So in this case, we will have S3 bucket. So yesterday we have created S3 bucket. Okay. So this was our bucket. In this we have hosted a website, right? And let's check the website once. So this is our website hosted on S3 bucket. So as this website become popular, you found that your website is getting slow, or the user are complaining that it is taking time to load the website. In this case, what you can do, you can enable CloudFront for caching mechanism. Again, it will improve the performance. Okay, if that's the case, only enable the CloudFront. Otherwise, no. If you want to improve the performance, then only enable the CloudFront. It is a chargeable service, and the charge will be bear by you, right? The hosting server. Now choose the origin. So here you have to search your S3 bucket name or load balancer, gateway API, media content, or and so on. There are so many options are available. But right now, this is my bucket name. Let's confirm my public bucket April was my bucket name. My public bucket April. Yes. Okay. Now, if you want, so all the content in this bucket will be cached. If you want a particular folder, okay, if you want a particular folder inside your bucket, you can give the path, origin path. Okay, but right now everything in the bucket should be cache. Enter the name of this domain. It is already populated. Now, so origin access. Now this is where Amazon has changed few things. Okay. Now, right now, there are three options. Make the bucket public, origin access control settings, bucket can restrict access to only CloudFront. Matlab, that means only the bucket will be only accessed by the CloudFront. If somebody is accessing the website, so if somebody is accessing the website, the request will not land directly to the website. Request will land only from, or the request will only be accessed by CloudFront or edge location. Okay, so no request will directly land here. That is, a bucket can restrict access only to CloudFront. Use CloudFront origin access entity to access the bucket. Okay, there are three options are there. Okay, if I'm selecting this, the bucket must allow access to CloudFront role. You must update the policy. CloudFront will provide the policy statement after creating the distribution. So I'm not clicking here. I'm going with here. Legacy thing. So previously you have to create a policy. You have to provide access to CloudFront to your S3 bucket. That's the origin access. What is this? Basically, CloudFront is accessing the access of your S3 bucket. So create a new for your bucket, and Amazon will, or CloudFront will update the policy. Now, what is policy here? You have seen here. Go to your bucket. There is a policy, bucket policy. What is bucket policy? Just like your IAM policy, bucket policy is how or who will access your bucket. How and who will access your bucket. So basically here, CloudFront wants to access your bucket, right? CloudFront want to access your bucket. That's why you have to provide the permission. So that's why you have to update the bucket policy. So Amazon will update the bucket policy for you. If you want, you can manually update, or let Amazon update the policy. Okay. So till now what we have done, we have selected the bucket and allow CloudFront to access the bucket by clicking on legacy access identity. This is also same, but here you have to update same thing, origin control, and you have to update the policy manually. You can see I have to manually update, but in this case, CloudFront will directly update the policy for you. Okay, it is a legacy. I think they are going to terminate this thing, and they are going to update this thing, and where we have to update the policy manually. Okay, now enable the origin shield, let it be default. Connection attempt, connection timeout, let everything be default here. Now cache behavior, this is where you have to understand how the cache should be resting in your 8 location. Now you can see pattern, cache patterns are there, we have to keep it default. Now content viewer protocol policy, now this is important thing to understand. Let's check here. If I'm writing http colon slash slash google.com, what will happen? HTTP and HTTPS, there are two protocol. One is secure, another is normal. If I'm writing HTTP, what will happen? Website is website has opened, but you can see it has added S by default. I'm entering without S, but it is adding S for automatically. What is happening here? So whenever I'm accessing a website like google.com and I'm using the unsecure protocol HTTP, it will automatically route the request to HTTPS. Okay, so that's what it is asking. Do you want to allow HTTPS request, or you want to redirect all the requests from HTTP to HTTPS, or only allow HTTPS? So user if typing HTTP, it will fail in this case. So I'm asking convert HTTP to HTTPS. There are other option. You can uh, enable the HTTP methods. Get and head is for downloading. If you want to use a location for put, post, patch, basically update. Okay, so you can use this, but right now we are on using get methods. The restriction access, let it be. Now here is the cache policy. Here is the cache policy. If you click here is the policy, Amazon has already created a policy for you. You can create your custom policy again. It's up to you. This is Amazon managed policy created for your cache mechanism. So caching optimize is the name of the policy, where your cache will be resting from 1 day to 1 second to 1 day. This is 1 day. Sorry, this is a 1 day. This is in seconds. Your cache will be stored by default for 1 day. Your cache will be stored by default for 1 day. You can optimize this. You can create your own policy, but right now we are using default policy provided by Amazon. I'm keeping everything default here. Okay. Use a location for best performance. You can uh, use only in America, only in Asia specific like this. But right now I'm using all the location. You can add security certificates if you want. There are, because it's a website, you can secure your website by enabling the security certificates. Yeah, that's it. These are the whole thing for your aid location. Let me just give you name of your domain, legacy with update the public policy, just create once. This will create a policy for you. And here HTTP redirect, that's it. That's what we are changing. Three things. Okay, just create the distribution. Now distribution will take time. Why it will take time? So if you check here, it is taking deploying. Why it will take time? So it is enabling all the 8 location that the request should land to the 8 location. So it is updating the network. Amazon is updating all the network over the internet to reroute your request to edge location. That's why it will take time. It will take 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, meanwhile, let's check the properties. What is created in CloudFront. Okay, so this is the general property. This is a domain name of our route CloudFront. ARN status, it's modifying right now, updating. Protocol settings, all the settings which we have done is there. Origin, so it will show us what is the origin of our CloudFront. Is my S3 bucket name. If there is a group of origin, it will be showing here. Behavior of your cache. Okay, cache behavior. So it will redirect from HTTP to HTTPS. Error load. Let's say your website is not accessible. Your S3 bucket is down somehow, or your website on server which you are trying to access is down. Okay, your server on which website is hosted is down. So you can have a custom error page. Now there is geographical restriction. I will explain you. There's an invalidation that's I will explain you, and then there's a tag. You can add the tags. Now, what is geographical restriction? So let's say you have this website, this area, and you don't want to enable or you don't want to host your website in this area. You want to restrict the caching in this area, or you have to block the website delivery on this area. That is called geographical restriction. Okay, so here I can just directly go edit block list. So I can block, let's say right now there is a war going on between Russia. So I don't want to host this information to Russia. Okay, so I can block the Russia region or any country from here. This is a blacklist, or allow list means only allow these particular countries. So I just want to allow in India. So this is allow list. Only India will be served using this aid location. Okay, everywhere it will be blocked. This is geographical restriction. That's a geographical restriction. Okay. Okay. Let's go and upload. I have this so many website is already there, but I will upload one more file. I will show you. In the folder, okay, in the folder, I have a huge file of 7 MB. I have a huge photo of 7 MB. This is a photo. Okay, let's upload this photo in your S3 bucket. This is a photo. Okay, this is of 7 MB. Let's upload this photo in S3 bucket. I'm uploading this photo, giving public access right now to this photo and upload. Okay, now if I directly access this photo, let's see what will happen. Let's open this public URL. this HTTP URL, you can see, nice, it is taking loading quickly. Let me open in some other browser. You can see it is taking a little time. Okay, so I should have uploaded a photo earlier before enabling CloudFront. I think CloudFront is enabled right now. Yes, so it will be fast. Now, what I will do, I will restrict the access of this photo. I will not make it public. I will make it private. I'm making this object private. So will that URL work? HTTP URL work? No. Right? Now how can I use this URL? So just copy the, go to your CloudFront, copy the domain of your CloudFront. So this is your CloudFront URL. Inside CloudFront URL, after CloudFront URL, just paste the key, object key. This is my object key. Now, this is the first, ideally this is the first time. If you are accessing the object first time through CloudFront, it will take equivalent time. You can see it's taking time to load the image. Now after this, if I refresh, you can see the performance. It is going, it is loading quickly. If I go to the different browser, if I change the browser, you can see it is loading quickly as compared to it is loading first time. So it all depend on your internet also, how fast is your internet. So can you see the difference between when it loaded first time and now it's loading? Yes or no? So there is an improvement in accessing the file. So let me upload one more photo for you. Let's see if I have a huge file. So 7 MB, then there is a 4 MB file. So there is a images is there in the S3 folder. Okay, so 4 MB. Okay, let me upload this object as well in S3 bucket. So why I am uploading this file, a big file, so that you can understand the difference between the performance. So this is the latest file. Just copy the key and add it to your CloudFront domain name. So from where you will get the CloudFront domain name? This is your CloudFront. This is your CloudFront. Go here and copy the distribution name. This is a CloudFront URL. CloudFront URL plus the key of your object, which you want to slash key. So now I am accessing the object using CloudFront. So ideally, first time it should take a little time to load. After that, the performance should improve. Now, this is the first time I'm accessing the object. It's loaded quickly, and you can see 4 MB file is loading immediately. You can see there is no delay. Why? Because everything is cached from your local A location. Let's go. If while practicing, you can check with this Virginia bucket. Okay, while practicing, you can check with the Virginia bucket. Right now, I have used Mumbai bucket, so that's why you will not find that much difference. But if you are testing, go to your Virginia bucket, create a bucket in Virginia, and upload the file here and check the difference between loading time, because your bucket is far from you. Agree? In Virginia bucket, try to replicate this thing and see the difference. While practicing, go with the Virginia bucket. Any question? Any question on CloudFront? After you are done, are done, go to your distribution, go to your CloudFront. First of all, disable it. It will disable your location, and then after it is disabled, click here and delete it. It will take 5 to 10 minutes. Again, CloudFront is a chargeable service. In free tier, it is free, but always delete the resources which you have created after practicing. Any question till here? Are we clear? समझ आया CloudFront कैसे काम करता है? So even we have talked about S3 transfer escalation. So S3 transfer escalation uses a location to upload your file to S3 with a faster response, right? So S3 transfer escalation enable fast, easy and secure transfer of your file over the long distance between you and S3 bucket. Transfer escalation take advantage of CloudFront global distribution a location. As the data arrive at a location, data is routed to S3 over the optimized path. So this is how the S3 location works. So summary, in CloudFront we have three key terminologies: edge location, where the data is cached; origin, from where the website is, from where you want to host your data or the origin of your data; distribution is the collection of edge location. This is previous version of distribution edge locations. CloudFront has this configuration where you have to select what type of website you are hosting. It's a simple website or it's a media website. You have to select that. But now Amazon is not giving this option to you. Any website you can host on CloudFront. Okay. So exam tip: edge location are not just for reading. You can write the data on them. Edge location are utilized by S3 transfer escalation by S3 to increase the decrease the latency and fast uploading. Object are cache for TTL. Okay, there is a time to live. Now, if you are want to clear the cache in CloudFront, if you want to clear the cache in edge location, you can do that. Just like we clear the cache in our local system, right? We can clear the cache, but Amazon charges for clearing the cache. How can we do that? If you go to the edge location, your CloudFront, there is invalidation. There is concept called invalidation. If you click here, you can clear the file. You can give the key of your data, path of your data, which you want to clear from edge location. But again, it's a chargeable service. Amazon charges for deleting the cache from edge location. So you can clear the cache, but you will be charged. So that's it about CloudFront. Any question? Any question? CloudFront कैसे यूज करते हैं? So it is basically caching your data to nearby servers. Okay. So I'm not taking further. You can practice the CloudFront. You have weekend coming. You can practice the CloudFront. Here is a assignment for your CloudFront. You can see here. Okay. Just check it, try and observe. Upload as big a file as you can. Okay, जितना बड़ा फाइल होगा उतना you can see the difference between CloudFront using CloudFront and without using CloudFront. Okay, guys, yes, no. Now we are left with couple of topics in S3. Chorus, I will explain chorus, performance, and storage gateway, and snowball. Four topics are remaining. So 2 days of versioning and replication and lifecycle I will explain you. Versioning is one of the topics remaining. So 2 to 3 days more. Okay. If you want, I can take more half an hour, but let me know if you want to take it. You can cover snowball easily. Let me know if you want to continue. 15-20 minutes. Yes. Okay. No problem. That's why I'm asking. Chalo. I will stop the recording.